Hey guys, so this is the game that got me into Platinum for this season, Season 9. I've been in Platinum before, um, a few times, but not last season because I didn't play enough ranked games. I started playing way late into the season, but this time I decided to squeeze in a few more games this year and as a support. And so yeah. Anyways, right off to the bat, we're going to see a level 1 skirmish. The enemy team is trying to invade through the jungle as 5. Zoe does spot this and wards it. Um, so we try to head back and see if we can collapse on anybody. Morgana's really good at picking off people at level 1 with her Q. As you can see here, I threw a Q and Zoe launches a bubble. We do get Sona. She gets really low. Zoe flashes in, ignites her, autos her, and she dies. However, during this time, Draven is dealing a lot of damage out, and he does get the return kill. I did make the mistake of exhausting the Echo. I didn't see what was going on. With so much going on right there, and I don't know, I just exhausted the Echo by mistake. Anyways, so Draven doesn't back, Zoe does with another Dorn's Ring. So here, Vi pings me, as you'll see here, she pings me to go directly to bot lane. I'd imagine this is because she knows that Sona and Draven will definitely go there right away, and she doesn't want me falling behind in experience. So she does it herself. Camille and Echo already start getting into an early skirmish. And Vi is pinging because she did notice that Sona is flashless. She wasted it, or she used it in our level 1 skirmish. Here you'll see Camille gets her own solo kill, so she's off to a good start, and then Vi comes in. I walk up to the Sona, Q her, she can't escape, and Jhin gets the kill. So now top and bottom lane are definitely off to a good start. So good on the Vi for noticing that and taking advantage of that. So now Draven's alone, and I can kind of try to zone him off from getting some gold and experience, as you'll see shortly. So yeah, I just walk up, try to zone him out. You know, you're not getting near the wave, you know, so Jhin just farm freely. Then I am a cannon, you know, every little bit helps. Anyways, Sona's on her way back, and here's what we need to be careful of. That. See, Draven almost kills her Jhin. He drops really low, and so Zoe notices this and uses the redemption from her W on bottom lane to kind of like discourage the potential dive. So Jhin uses this as a little bit of breathing room to go ahead and back. So definitely props to Zoe for catching that. I try to hold off the wave a little bit just to make sure they don't get as much damage on the turret. Kind of like try to deter them away, but I'm not trying to actually go in and try to kill them or anything like that. I do get a bind on the Sona. Jhin follows up with the W, but then nothing's gonna happen. You'll notice that this bottom lane, it's really more about farming. We're kind of like, you know, throwing cooldowns at each other, but other than that, nothing's really gonna happen. We're never actually gonna get into like a 2v2 kind of scenario. So once again, Camille gets on the Echo, you know. She's got a level on him, and does kill him. Does get the solo kill on him. Alright, so you can see they're pinging again. Zoe wants to roam bottom. Vi is also on her way to see if we can get another pick on them. Sona has no flash yet, neither does Draven. But Xerath does ping the Zoe that she is missing, and so they back off. And they kind of wanted to back off anyway, so nothing's going to come off from that. I did put an early control warden on Tribush just to make sure that Kayn doesn't get nearby. He did a good job earlier though. He was warding around our Krugs. Or no, he was wandering around in our Krugs, but he didn't make anything of it, fortunately for us. We didn't ever walk up and get, you know, kind of always hugged our turret. Here in mid lane we get a bit of a skirmish. Some cooldowns are exchanged, but nothing resulted that. However, because me and Jhin and I pushed bottom lane out, we kind of wanted to roam mid and see if we can get a pick off. So I walk up, I throw a Q right there, but I missed. Nothing happens of it, and then Sona decides to ping just now that we're missing, and so nothing comes of it. Camille once again. She has a level advantage. She has a level 6. She's gonna definitely use that to her advantage. The kill doesn't happen quite yet, but Echo really needs to respect the Camille. Just in here, she wards. I need her to deny vision. Here comes the fight. The ult. Echo can't escape, and he flashed, and Camille still got the Q, the second part of the Q off. So good kill, another solo kill. Camille's doing really good. Really good for herself. Alright, I'm just heading back. See, if you notice, Zoe and Vi really want to keep this bottom side controlled. With Vision in the river constantly roaming, I kind of want to play a part in that too. So I'm denying Vision on the tri-bush. Make sure they don't see that Vi or Zoe is coming through there. And so they're telling me go in again, you know? I miss my Q. Sona does flash because she sees the Vi. I exhaust the Draven. He almost escapes with the Jhin. Fortunately does get the kill on the Draven. So we did burn a lot of resources for that, but it was worth it. Because this allows us to get the Ocean Drake. And for laning phase, this dragon is really good. It's the best one to get early on. Not as early as we had liked to, but it's better late than never. So we push out the wave, and we back off. Alright, you're gonna see a bit of a skirmish here at the top side. Vi is gonna try to catch the Kayn. Yeah, there you go. She Q's in, still reaches him with her ult. Camille goes in to help her, but the Kayn does a good job of buying enough time for the Echo and the Xerath to come in. So it wasn't the kill right away, but Vi still manages to kill him. Xerath is in a bad spot now. He walks up a little too close to the Camille. Camille ults him, he can't get away, and he's also dead. Next up on the line is Echo, but he barely escapes, dodges the bubble, and doesn't die. So that's good. It's still 2-0 in our favor, so definitely worth. Here in bot lane, again, we're just farming. We're never like committing to like the full 2v2. Draven's alone, so I like using Demolish. I really like taking out plates, getting objective control, get as much damage on the turret as I can, and it makes a difference. Okay. So Camille once again fighting the Echo. He does get a good ult off, but this time Camille doesn't manage to kill him. He does get away barely. Here I do see the Kayn coming in, and I tell Jhin to back off, or they ping me to back off. Yeah, Vi notices it and tells me to back off. And good, because we needed to back anyways. Jhin has gold to spin, he gets his Infinity Edge, and we continue on. Alright. So far we are 8-1. It's looking good for us so far. Here Zoe does get a bubble on the Xerath. Let's just does some decent damage with the Q. Vi comes in, ults him, and he dies. So now Xerath is not doing so good. Even though he is maintaining a decent CS lead over Zoe, he's still he definitely doesn't have the kills that she does though. Jhin is doing some damage at the turret. I'm trying to just keep an eye on wherever Kayn is, letting team know that hey, Kayn's over here at their blue. So yeah. Alright. Once again, another skirmish between 1v1 between Camille and Echo. Nothing comes out of it though. Echo's definitely playing a bit more passive at this point. He knows that the Camille can shut him down easily. Alright, so here's where things start going a little sour. So here we're trying to get the Infernal Drake. It's a dragon that definitely does not want to go in the hands of the enemy team. I don't want them to have it, especially with Draven and Xerath and, you know, all the potential damage that their team does. I try to zone Kayn out unsuccessfully though. He does a good job again of going inside the Vi, goes to the low health dragon and steals it. So here Draven comes in, clears me and and the Vi off. He gets kills, and then Jhin tries to escape, and Sona and Echo go in, commit to that, and they kill him as well. So we're at a disadvantage here. Alright, here's the funny thing. Xerath teleports in, Camille takes 2 shots, and commits to the kill. Try to kill him under the tower, and she does. However, the tower does enough damage to her to kill her. So it's a 1-for-1 in Xerath's favor because he gets the shutdown. Alright, so here the first tower hasn't fallen yet. So Zoe notices this and she does not want that to happen yet. Definitely do not want to get any gold on the enemy team, especially because of a Draven. She does get a bubble and kills the Sona. So now my shield doesn't do anything for the Zoe, but the tower and the ignite do enough damage to kill the Draven. So she basically 1v2 them and saving our tower. And in doing so, allows us to get the tower. And I believe this is the first tower blood. Demolish coming in, and we get the turret. So thankfully, definitely thanks Zoe for that one. Alright, so here, bit of a skirmish here at the Herald. Xerath still has some respectable damage. Drops the Vi down to less than 50% health. She has no magic resist. And so here we do notice that there is, like, everyone's kind of like huddling down here at the top side. They try to collapse on the Camille, but she flashes and gets away. Now Vi is alone and they collapse on her, and she dies instantly. Here, what I try to do is I zone the Xerath away. He does a respectable amount of damage still. Camille gets the Sona, Zoe gets the Kayn, and again, watch, I'm going to try to zone the Xerath. So yeah, there you go. Bind him, make sure he doesn't get near, while Vi and Zoe take care of the Echo. So I basically prevented that the Xerath from contributing in that fight. And that's definitely important because of the damage that I saw he was still able to do to Vi. The little magic resist basically that we have on our team. Draven finally manages to get the bottom turret, and we've seen this before. So this time Camille knows to take out the turret first before getting on the Xerath. So she starts getting on him. Here she messes up though. She hooks the wall instead of the turret to get back on the Xerath, and so she doesn't get the kill right away like she had hoped for. However, she is staying. Xerath is buying enough time for Sona and Kayn to come back though, and in doing so resulted in her death. She overstayed her welcome, unfortunately, but oh well. Okay, here I'm just trying to, clear vision, ward river, maintain control of the area. Kayn's really good at flanking, coming from any side. Just trying to make sure to deny vision. I don't want them to get a pick on us, basically. Alright. Here, Camille goes in, sees the Xerath is alone, gets on her, fully commits to this, and does kill him. However, the Draven is doing a lot of damage to her, and manages to kill Camille for the return kill. Sona ults me, but there's really no follow-up, except, well, there is, and I almost die. Vi comes in, ults the Draven, and unfortunately he gets away. Jhin tries to follow up and try to finish off the Draven, but he gets away, and so we only get the Xerath while we lose Camille and Vi. Here Zoe does an incredible job of chunking down those two, so then Jhin can flash in and finish off the Echo. So she made that into a 2-for-2. A bit of an extended fight, but it's never wrong for the Jhin to get some kills as well. So here Kayn decides, with everything going on mid lane, he wants to just solo the Ocean Drake, which is fine. At this point, it doesn't do as much as it would have in laning phase, but can't go wrong. The next dragon is an Infernal. Again, With one already on the enemy team, we do not want them to get another. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. Here I land the binding on Draven. Zoe follows up, does a Q, bubble, and he dies. So that's really good with the shutdown. It's really good for the Zoe, and that we got that pick off. So here you do not want to be a Xerath, because against a Vi and a Camille, those two will just jump on you, as you see here. Hook, that's a dead Xerath. Yep, dead, blows up. And he's basically not escaping. Kayn comes in from the side. Get on the Sona, she's the squishiest. Again, Kayn goes inside Vi, try to survive a bit longer. We do pick him off. Vi does die though. And we try to back off now because Draven's on his way and a couple of us are low health. We steal the red and back off. $22 to 11. The gold is we have a bit of a lead, but considering the things that have happened, they can turn this around at any moment. If something goes bad, Draven gets a few kills, things can go pretty sour. Here we try to get a pick off on Kayn. Nothing comes of it. However, in this upcoming fight, you'll see that we do pick off the Draven early. And it's gonna be here. We're gonna land a Q. I'm gonna land a Q on the Draven. Right there. Follow up. Zoe bubble clears him off. He died instantly. I Zonia's to not die early. I make the mistake here. I, for some reason, shield myself when I could have shielded the Vi or the Camille. Jhin's in a bad spot. Camille tries to continue. Camille still wants to fight, and she can, but the Xerath and the Echo and the Sona, they're able to pick Camille off. I try to help the Zoe out. I'm in a bad spot to help the Zoe. Here I wanted to walk up and shield her, but they get the kill. Unfortunately for the Xerath, Sona does get it, and Xerath is in much need of those kills right now. He's 1 in 5, and definitely could be a big threat to our team had he got those kills earlier. But fortunately for us, that was not the case. So, here we get a pick on Kayn. I missed my Q there. Camille's killing the Echo. Killing the Kayn definitely took some effort, but Jhin finishes him off. And then that earns us the Infernal Drake. So, very much worth it. Camille goes in. Nothing here. Zoe bubbles the Sona. I ult just to make sure she doesn't get away. We get another pick here. Alright, so with all of us alive, we kind of wanted to siege mid lane here, but Zoe doesn't. I mean, Xerath does some good damage on the minion wave. Camille tries to fight the Draven here, and all credit is due. She almost kills him, but she had a bit low health to start that fight with. Here we try to kill the Draven. But not just yet. Until Vi decides to fully commit to this. We kill the Draven, but if you notice there that the Xerath did a lot of damage to Jhin and Zoe. So we want to back off at this point because we already lost Jhin and everyone's low. Except Vi, she wants to turn around and fight. Although they land a bubble, this is what happens. Echo buys enough time for Xerath and Sona to come up. Kayn comes from the side, kills the Zoe, and I'm going to die. And I'm dead. So this is not looking good because they get kills, they're all alive, and they're all pinging the Baron. So This is a part of the game where I started getting worried, because Baron, you can turn games around with Baron, no matter how far behind you are. And so they get an uncontested Baron. Camille tries to go in. She gets on the Sona and does manage to kill her. However, wasn't able to stop the Baron. Jhin tries to, clear someone off with his ultimate, doesn't do anything with it. They have Baron now. So at this point, what I'm going to try to do is just clear some vision off from the sides, because I kind of figure they're going to try to push mid with their Baron buff. So, push mid out, and we don't want to fight. We don't want to fight, especially because of Sona. Sona, you'll notice that Sona's going to do a lot here. She's going to, while we're going to try to poke and try to, I'll throw a Q out and whatnot, Zoe will try to do some damage. Sona's going to start healing the team from any poke, which is what she excels at. She's good at sieging. Here, I'm going to get too close, and I was really scared that Sona would ult me there. And she probably should have. I would have probably not been able to react fast enough there, but she didn't. She decided against it. And so here Zoe gets close, she dies. Draven's untouched. He's doing too much damage to the team. They kill Camille. So it's just 3 of us against 4 of them. I do land a Q on Kayn, but that I didn't want to fight there. So they notice that, they all die. Jhin gets too close, he also dies. So now I'm alone. And this is the part of the game where I got worried, because they could potentially end the game. And despite us being ahead the whole game, I was worried here. Because we basically blew it at the Baron. Like one bad team fight near the Baron is going to cost us the game. So Xerath pinged the dragon, but they wanted to end the game. And it's a good call. I tried to buy enough time by using ult and Zhonya's, just so Zoe can come up and Camille as well. Now watch this. Keep an eye on the Nexus. Look. Camille goes in. Draven stops auto-attacking. And they decide to go for the commit to the Camille. This is a big error. Xerath and Sona, during this time, are focusing completely on the Nexus. Nexus almost dies. It's near 300 HP if I'm not mistaken. And so yeah, it had fallen below 400. Fortunately, we were able to thwart off. The siege, and we almost lost the game there. So what I want to do now is clear any wards because of potential teleports. Vi goes in where she doesn't need to be, and Echo finishes her off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to clear any wards and try to keep vision, because Xerath and Echo have teleports, and so they can just come in at any time and just clear that Nexus, which is almost dead. Echo tries to solo the dragon though. Jhin and Zoe do get it, manage to secure it, and somehow Zoe's able to get away here. She decides to teleport back from there, and Draven doesn't notice her. Echo walks in. Jhin also gets away, gets his red, and backs off. So I'm telling everybody to back off, because what they're going to probably want to do is, bum rush mid lane, which is what they're doing here. They're all pinging everybody go mid lane, it's just a nexus. Here Camille's in a good spot. She goes in from behind, gets on the Sona, and no, Zoe kills the Sona. Us 3 are focusing on Camille, on Echo. Camille's focusing on Draven and the Kayn. We finish off the Draven. And I just want to say, Camille's targeting has been really good this game. Camille's done a good job in finding who she needs to kill. She killed the Sona and the Xerath. So here basically get the inhibitor so the lane evens out, and we need to back off right away because I was worried for any potential teleports, as I was saying, any potential wards that they may have put while they were sieging mid again. And Jhin does find a ward that I may have been concerned about. So now we're all hoping just to reset, and we cannot let this Baron, we cannot let them get this Baron. I believe Vi told us don't give them this Baron, otherwise they can just end the game from that. Echo is bot, trying to push bot while everyone does Baron. I'm debating whether to help the Jhin or help out at Baron, but Camille is pretty much the MVP here. She buys so much time. She finished off Draven and Xerath. She has Guardian Angel, so again, it just kind of like keeps them there. Holds everyone at bay. Here what I'm going to do, I bind the Echo to make sure he doesn't get in the fight. I flash in, ult, just to make sure the Echo and the Sona can't do anything. I nearly die, but Camille does pick off the Sona. Echo does get away, but by this time Jhin is already here, and we're able to finish him off. Their team is telling Echo to back off, you know. But fortunately we're fortunately able to pick him off, and so now this means Baron for us. So yeah, so now we're in a very good spot. Our inhibitor came back, and so all we have to do is go take out the rest of their base. Camille tells us to go top, us 4 top, and she goes bot because she has teleport and she can come in at any time. So what I want to do is I want to walk up and clear any vision that they have for any potential flanks from Kayn or anything like that. And so yeah, I'm clearing out wards. Here Vi makes a mistake though. She walks up a little too close. She didn't know that they were all hiding in that bush. They pick her off. They commit everything to the Vi, and so she dies. I'm trying to clear out that ward, but they find me. Somehow I'm able to escape this. I ult, I keep them from advancing. Jhin heals me, I land a Q on him, and Kayn dies, so that's a good thing. Camille teleports, gets on the Xerath that has nobody around him, and he dies instantly. Sona is now alone. She's picked off, and now Draven wants to see if he can do some avenge kills, and no, he dies as well. Zoe gets the kill on him, and so with that we can end the game. Definitely a worrisome team fight, but oh well. Here I decided to flash my mastery. I noticed that Kayn was doing it throughout the whole game, and so I only felt it appropriate for me to do so at this point. Definitely a game to remember. And yeah, there you see Kayn would later go and flame